Culturogram is a great way to help not only the therapist but the client assess themselves and learn a little bit more about their cultural background. I believe that we often think that we have a good idea of what our cultural background is, but we don't really take into consideration the following things that I'm about to mention that are part of a culturogram. There are 10 items that are part of a culturogram that are demonstrated through the graph, as you can see. There is the reason for the relocation, time in the country, language spoken at home and in the community, health beliefs, medical and mental health beliefs, impact of crisis events, holidays and cultural events, values of education and work, oppression, discrimination, or any bias, structure, power, myths and rules, and legal status. So a culturogram could be just about yourself. I provided my whole family in my culturogram, but in reality, you're going to assess your family as well because that's where your cultural background comes from. I believe that this culturogram would be the best fit for those who have migrated here, especially at an older age because it's harder to accommodate to the American culture. When you're younger, it's easier to accommodate to things than when you are older. It's like learning how to swim when you're older. It's a lot more difficult. So I think it's important in doing this assignment to really get into connection with your parents or with your siblings or whatever family that you have to learn a little bit more. There's certain things that we think that we know about our culture, and in reality we don't. I actually learned a few things while I was doing this activity, and I thought that I had a good sense of my cultural background. So, yeah, I believe that this would be a great fit for those that have migrated into the country or out of the country. Any type of change in cultural environment is going to be something that you're going to want to assess in order to determine if you're being affected by those changes or how this affects everything overall.